Hello, welcome back to another podcast. My name is Julia. I'm the owner of Handmade Jules on Instagram and Facebook. This is the podcast where I talk about all of my fun projects, everything I've been working on, some fun yarn I've gotten in the mail, and kind of everything in between. So today is April 5th, 2023, and I have lots of new fun things going on. So first thing is my hair. The last podcast you were probably like, whoa, her hair is super long. Now it's not. So I got a huge haircut last week and got some more highlights again. So my hair, I'm feeling alive. It's very good. I probably got a good 4 or 5 inches off. So my hair is incredibly thick, as you probably can see. Like it's dense and it can get really heavy. I am an x-ray tech. I work at a hospital, so I always have my hair up in a bun or some kind of out of my face. And the bun was getting heavy and I actually get headaches from it, which is terrible, but it was time to give it a chop. So I've had it this short before when I was in university and loved it. So I was like, you know what, we're doing it again. My husband also likes it short, so it was time. So it's good. Yeah, and another new thing, I purchased a car, my first car. So I'm super excited about that. This morning I was running around getting plates and getting everything registered with Service Ontario. So that's all done. Now I can drive it and I'm so excited. Maybe I'll put a picture if I can do that. I'll try and post a picture of it. It's a 2011 VW Golf diesel, so I'm really excited about it. I've been driving a Ford Focus for a long time. Like since probably 2016, I'm gonna say 2017 maybe. And I had 314K on that thing, and it got me a lot of places. So I am very thankful for that car and the places it took me. But it was time to get my own car. So that car was still in my parents' name from when I lived with them. I just got married and getting all the adult things done. So it's good. I'm excited about my new car. So fun. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else new regarding me. I think that's it. I know that most of you are here for the yarn content, and we will jump right into that now. So guys, I have an FO. This is like one of the times I'm like, I have an FO, because it doesn't happen very often. It's like once every 4 months I have something done. Legit. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I think you do. It's oh, my ends. Don't look at my ends. The Max sweater is done. Yay, you guys, I finished it. I had enough yarn. Y'all are wondering, oh my goodness, did she finish the sweater? And I can confirm. I'm so happy with it. Yay! So I'm gonna kind of explain what the pattern is if this is your first time watching. This is the Max sweater from Calibri by Joanna. And it is a top-down, drop shoulder, kind of boxy, cropped sweater. And the yarn I used was from Hello Stella. Where's the tip? So Hello Stella Fibers from Hamilton, Ontario. I used her fingering 100% Highland wool in the colorway Hot Pink, held with a Surrey by her as well in the same colorway Hot Pink, and her Surrey alpaca. So this is how much Surrey I had left. Not a lot. and I had a lot of fingering weight left. So how beautiful is this color though? Seriously. I couldn't resist. It was like the perfect, beautiful hot pink, and I'm obsessed with pink, so it had to happen. It had to. I didn't know what I was gonna make. But the MAC sweater is absolutely perfect for this because, well, I don't even know what the word is. The color she wrote the pattern in for was pink. It was pink and white like this, exactly like this. And I saw it and I was like, yep, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. I don't weave in my ends, guys. I'm terrible. I sort of weave them in, but they still look awful. So anyways, ignore that. But it's done. She's done. And the sleeves, actually, yeah, like I said in the last podcast, I had, so this drop shoulder part, like this whole part is part of the sleeve. I was concerned about not having enough yarn, but really it's not a whole lot of sleeve that you have to do, right? So I was able to I split my ball of suri in half, and then I did one sleeve until I reached the end of the ball, and then I did the other sleeve the same way. It worked out. I have just enough. I will put a picture of me wearing it so you can see it on me. It's beautiful. I'm so excited, and it's perfect, and the sleeves are like just like the right length. When I blocked it, well, I had originally knit it was a little bit shorter, but I knew because I had blocked the body ahead of time that it was going to stretch, so that was also very helpful. And I had enough suri to do the I-cord. You can't really see that. Nope, you can't really see that. The I-cord on the collar in suri held with the fingering. So for the bottom, I just did the fingering because I didn't know if I was gonna have enough suri to do my sleeves. So at that time, I was still concerned about my yardage. But then once I finished the sleeves, I was like, yes, I did it! And I had enough to do the collar, and it was amazing. So I really am happy with it. I'm very happy. It's super fun. I will probably wear it for an Easter gathering this weekend because it's springy and bright and happy, and it's still a little bit cold in Ontario. So actually we're getting warmer, but it's still chilly. Yeah, this is a treasure to me. It is like a cloud. I'm very proud that I finished it. I persevered through the scary yarn chicken that I was playing. And the vertical stripes, I must say, they were terrible. I hated doing the vertical stripes. So they are crochet slip stitched on top. Trying to focus here. There you go. So those top, you can kind of see they kind of stick out a little bit more than the horizontal stripes. So yeah, basically when I was knitting the body, I just did the horizontal ones, knit, stockinette as usual. And then at the very end, after you bind off everything, you take a crochet hook and you do 2 rows of vertical stripes along the whole thing, which was so annoying because like I had to have my hook on the outside and poke into it, grab the yarn from underneath, pull it up, but I couldn't see. So I'm like, my one hand's underneath, trying to like hold the yarn in place, and my other hand's with the hook up here, trying to poke and grab and pull, and it was not fun. I didn't love it. And I had to do so many stripes. I was so done. By the front part, I was like, cool. I'm like, oh, I still have to do the back. Yeah, it was a lot. And then the sleeves. And also some of you probably noticed that, they don't match up. Like this and the back, they're a little bit off. But I lined it up like it told me to in the pattern with the top shoulder stripe. So this is lined up perfectly. But those other ones don't match, which kind of really bugs me. And on this side, it works. So I'm choosing to ignore that and say that it's part of the design, because maybe it is. I don't know. The vertical stripes were just so painful that I couldn't bear to take them out and redo them. So, and I would have to redo like all of the ones around. It was too much. It was too much for me. So I couldn't do it. But I'm very happy with it. So yeah, that's my big, huge FO for the month of March. That was very exciting. It took me a long time. So I started that on Boxing Day, December. That's a while. But it's not like that was my only project. I always have like 5 different things going on, so I guess it's understandable that it would take me a long time. So yeah, that's that. Let's move on. I have another FO, but it's crochet and it's for my business, so it doesn't really count as like a knitting FO because I make animals all the time. But I'll show them to you anyways because they're super fun. So I made a few animals for Easter. I've got some bunnies. So this is a crowd favorite. Yeah, just hold it here. Super cute bunny with long floppy ears. The tail, it's my favorite. Yeah, so she's super cute. And then I made a kind of smaller bunny with taller ears. The cute little tail. And this is a new one that I've never made before, and I love him so much. The little sheep or a lamb. What would you call this? A lamb or a sheep? I think it's a sheep, but so cute. And the fur. You know how long this fur takes me. I really wanted to do this, and it took me forever, but it was worth it. I'm very proud of myself for finishing that. So yeah, those are super fun. I have those up for sale on my Instagram page. If you're interested in buying one, they might still be there. Can't promise that they will be, but it's, you never know. Yeah, let's move on. I have a lot of things today, you guys. I have a lot of whips, new whips that I didn't have the last time. So let's start with, there's one whip that I did have, I showed you last month. It was just a pair of plain vanilla socks for my brother for Christmas. I made a lot of good progress on these guys. So just let me get myself untangled here. So we've got this pretty sock for my brother. So this is just a plain vanilla sock. I did a 64 stitch cast on. I did about 15 rows of 2x2 rib, and then I did about 4 inches of leg, and I did a heel flap and gusset. I'm just in the midst of doing the gusset, so I turned my heel already. Did that on my afternoon shift at work, so that was good. I've got some super cute I've got a little progress keeper on here. Won't focus. There we go. Little sugar cookie. This is from, I bought this at Creative Knitter in Ridgeway. It's pretty much in Ridgeway. If you live in Ontario, you might know where that is. It's in the Niagara region. So I bought from the Creative Knitter, but it's actually, this is the business name, Candoodle. I believe they're also from Canada, but I'm not sure where. Candoodle Creations is that progress keeper, super cute. The yarn I'm using for this is a Peyton's Croy Socks. I don't know. Oh, the colorway is called Camo Colors. As you can see, it's very, very camo. Yes, and my brother is big into hunting, so this is like perfect for him. I'm using my Knit Pick CPNs. These are 2.5 millimeter needles, which I usually use 2.25s, but I wanted to use these because I feel like this yarn is, it says fingering, but it feels thicker than the hand-dyed yarn that I usually use. And I think I am a tight knitter, so this feels good. It feels nice. So yeah, I'm into that. That's super fun. And yeah, I made some good progress. This is only the first sock, so I still have to do the second one. But I've made some pretty good progress. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, super nice. While we're talking about the Creative Knitter, I did go, so I went there with my mom a few weeks ago on a Saturday. It is the cutest little shop ever. It's amazing. And she sells a lot of Canadian small, she like supports other Canadian small businesses by selling their products in her store. And I love that. So like I said, this can doodle is, I think, from Canada. As well as she sells Polka Dot Creek yarn from Airdrie, Alberta. I buy a lot of their yarn. She sells that in her shop, and she also dyes her own yarn in the back. So that's super cool. Like I didn't know that there was yarn dyers that close to me. This is like half an hour from my house. So I was super excited to find out about her shop and go there and see it in person and buy some cute things. So the other things I bought, I bought knitting barber cords. So you probably, if you know anything about knitting, you probably know about this. It's like tried on tubing, I guess that's what you call it. But I got the original from the Knitting Barber in just a black color. So basically what they are, if you don't know what they are, it's basically tubing that you can I show you something? So you basically I will show you with this. You put the tube on the end of your needle, push it right on there like this, and then you put the other end on the other side, and then you can slide your live stitches onto this tubing and try it on and then slide it back instead of putting all your stitches on waste yarn or wasting time doing that. It's a lot faster to just quickly try something on. Yeah, so I'm excited to try those. I don't know when I'll try them next because I'm working on a cardigan, so that doesn't really need this, but someday in the future I will need to use these. So I'm excited about that. They're super fun. So I bought those, as well as that progress keeper, and then I bought some cute stitch stoppers. So these two, I just pulled them off. They're just cute little watercolory colors. You can't really see those, sorry. But not focusing. That's okay. And they're actually from the Creative Knitter. So that's her logo. It's all backwards, I'm sorry. Maybe it isn't. It's backwards when I record it, but is it backwards when I post it? I don't know. Anyways, those are super cute. I'm gonna put those back on before I forget. Yeah, so that was a really fun experience. I will be going back because she has a lot of yarn and like fun sock sets, and I love supporting Canadian businesses as much as I can just to keep it, you know, in Canada. Keep my money flowing. What else? What did I just show you? The sock. Another sock that I cast on yesterday. This is a new whip for me. I decided I need to have this pair of socks going for me. I have quite the stash of hand-dyed yarn right now, and I'm trying to have less. Not eliminate my stash, but just have less than I had started with the year with. So I need to start using it because I've been buying hand-dyed yarn, and it's not good because I need to take out a skein when I bring in a skein. Anyways, I wanted to start these either way. So I'm just doing another pair of socks for me. I'm using, these are 2.5 interchangeables. They're 24-inch. They're a little bit long for this, but they work. These are from Knit Picks. They're the Sunstruck color wood type Sunstruck 24-inch fixed circulars, and I use 2 of them, and I can just knit back and forth on one, and then back on one way on one, and then go to the next cord and do that side and come back and do it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Nitty Natty does this literally all the time, and she's where I got the idea to do it, and I do enjoy it just as much as DPNs, and they're actually like safer on here because it's almost impossible to have your stitches get dropped. So I really enjoy this method of knitting socks. So this is obviously, I literally just cast on yesterday. Cannot really see what's going on. They're trying to focus. They're trying, but not really. So this is, what color is this? It is Ancient Arts Yarns. They're based out of Alberta, I believe. So beautiful. This is the Socknado base and the colorway Whales in the Water. So Ancient Arts Yarns. And the colorway Whales in the Water, Socknado. I bought this in BC when I went there on vacation last April, and I just thought the color was like so, I just wanted to buy a yarn there that reminded me of the place that I was visiting, and I was like, yes, this is BC. Literally blue and green, nature, the most beautiful lush green grass, blue water, blue sky. It was amazing. We did a lot of good hikes, and yeah, it was almost exactly a year ago that I was there. So it's kind of fun to be working on, I don't know, a pair of socks a year later. That kind of reminds me of that trip. So my plan for these is, I've just been doing stockinette. I'm going to do I don't even know what it's called, like a fold down cuff. So it's you fold it, and then it's like a double, the cuff is like double, oh my goodness, I don't know how to explain this. Fold down cuff. That's what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna knit basically double the length that I want my cuff to be, the leg to be, and then I'm gonna fold it down, knit it together, and it'll be like held double, like a double layer for my, I'm sorry guys if the words are not in my brain right now. So yeah, so it's basically just gonna be a simple stockinette sock all the way down. I just want the colorway to kind of shine, so I'm not doing anything too crazy. And yeah, I split my ball already into 50-gram balls, so I have 2 of these ready to roll. And yeah, that's just some fun, simple knitting for me to do when I feel like switching it up. I love that color. Very beautiful. What next? What next? I'm gonna talk about my newest big whip. So I usually have like a main project and then side projects I just kind of keep rolling at the same time. So obviously I finished my MAC sweater. So now I'm moving on and doing my next big sweater, which is the Trine Again. I think I've talked about this already. I'm just gonna cover that. So this is the Trine Again by Andrea Mowry from Drea Renee Knits. Oh, there you go. So nice. So she used These are both spin cycle yarns. And then obviously the yarn Trine is their new yarn collection, I guess. And Dyed in the Wool, which is like a color changing hand spun yarn. So in the background you can see that kind of how it kind of color changes all the way down. So I kind of wanted to get that effect, but without buying the most expensive yarn in the world, because spin cycle is very expensive and wasn't in my budget, but I still wanted that kind of look. So I am using, for my main color, I'm doing the Cascade 220. This is just in the Heathers collection. Cascade 220 Heathers is what it's called. The colorway is color 4006, which I think is called Galaxy. So I've shown this before, I think. It's like it looks brownish purple, reddish, whatever. It's basically like a dark black with red, blue, and yellow heathered like flecks in it. Not flecks, heathered fibers. So it makes it looks very black here. It is more purple in person. Purplish, darkish, brownish color. So it's super nice, and it will go great with my contrast color. So this is my contrast color. This is also Cascade 220 Superwash. This is the Wave collection. So this is gonna be a color changing yarn. This is the color number 122. I don't know the actual name of it. No, but it's pink and it's awesome. Pink and purple and yellow and orange. Yeah, so really love this yarn. The two of them together is really beautiful. I have it caked up so you can kind of see how it's gonna color change. You can see there how it shifts from like purple, yellow, pink, orange, yellow situation. So I'm very excited about this. Guys, you should be very proud of me. I did a gauge swatch for the first time ever. I've literally never done a gauge swatch in my life. And I thought, today's the day when I'm gonna start doing gauge swatches so I don't get hate from anybody. But here's my swatch. I'm very happy with it. So, come on. There you go. It's mosaic knitting. So you carry the color behind. Super cool. I actually really enjoyed doing this, which made me excited to start because I was kind of afraid. I've never done the mosaic knitting before. I didn't know how it was going to go, if I'd be like super slow at it, but it was actually really easy, a lot faster than I thought. And I love the colors together. Guys, it's going to be the best cardigan ever. I'm so excited. So it's a super boxy, kind of oversized looking cardigan. Again, with that drop shoulder, you could see in the picture. I'm really into that. Love it so much. I'm knitting the size 2. And this is my first Andrea Mowry pattern, and I'm already obsessed with her. It's amazing. So I cast that on. Whoa. I'm not very far, but it's a bottom up. So I'm doing the hem, I'm doing the ribbing, the bottom ribbing right now. So I have to keep going with this it's very long. Very, very long. But I keep going with this for like a while until I get into that mosaic knitting. So I'm very excited. I'm loving it so far. It's super fun. You can hardly see because it's really dark. But once I get into that pink color, it'll be easier to see. Hopefully next time I'll be in that section. And here's my cute little stitch stoppers that I showed you earlier from the Creative Knitter. I'm using, so I'm using my Luca cords from my blush interchangeable needle set. I was using my Luca needles as well with the cords, This is 3.75 millimeter, I believe. Yes. But I cast on, no, I was using that little metal thing to tighten my needles onto the cord, and I heard this, and then the needle, I'll show you, I have it right here. So these are the Lucas I was using. It's this one. The needle went, and then this came off. Broken. So literally I can't use this now because it doesn't stay on and it doesn't tighten. So I'm like, this is useless to me. Thank goodness I had Knit Picks needles in the same size that also work with my Luca cords. I was so annoyed. I'm like, I haven't even had these. No, I've had them for like a year maybe, but I couldn't believe it because they're such good quality. And anyways, so hopefully I can get a warranty on that, and maybe they'll send me a new set of needle tips. Just that size, just even one needle. That's all I need. So anyways, that was kind of sad because I love my pink blushes, but these are equally as pretty. These are my Knit Picks ones. They're the rainbow colorway. Ooh. Rainbow. Super cute. Anyways, I was kind of sad about that, but at least I didn't have to put my project on pause and wait for or buy more needles or anything like that. So yeah, that is very exciting. My newest big project. We'll see how long that takes me to get done because I am incredibly slow. So, but I will enjoy the process of working on that. So yeah, that's that. I'm also gonna show you guys one last whip that I have going on. So this is a new one for you as well. I think a few years ago I made one of these for my niece, but I never shared it on here because I didn't have a podcast at that time. So it will be new. This is the Rainbow Bauble Blanket. I'm sorry, I don't have it. 1 second. By Chloe Kate's Crochet. And my printer was running out of ink when I printed this, so it's a terrible picture, but you get the idea. It's a rainbow bauble, and then there's like a solid border on the outside that kind of makes it into a square or a rectangle. I am obsessed with this pattern. So I made one, like I said, for my niece back in 2020. And I'm making this one for my cousin who's having a baby. We don't know the gender. So it's very neutral. She's into those kind of neutrally colors. But here she is. Looks so nice on camera. Yeah, so this is the first two colors. I'm gonna just hold it here for a minute so that you don't get those holes. So beautiful. I'm gonna share about the yarn that I'm using first, and then I'll explain a little bit more. So this is Hue and Me, line brand Hue and Me yarn, the collab that they did with Two of Wands. I'm using, so the border color as well as this inside of the rainbow is the colorway Salt. And let me see if I can remember this. I should have wrote this down. Salt, and then this tan color is Desert. This grayish purple is Terra. And then I just started on the third color, which is, oh no, I lost it. It was in my brain and then it wasn't. Terra, Salt. Is it Arrowwood? Yeah, sorry guys. It's Arrowwood. So this mustardy color is Arrowwood. I'll show you it. So beautiful. And then I have a fourth color that I will be adding, which is Mustard. So that'll be the outside color. And then we'll go back to the cream, the salt, and do the border. So I'm obsessed with these colors. Let's just take a moment. Let me arrange my hands better so you can see how it's gonna look. Super neutral, super modern. That's what she's into. Love that. It's gonna be really nice. And then we end with this cream color. So it's gonna be really nice. I am very excited. Love this You and Me yarn. I've used it in the past, and it works up so fast. It's a category 5 bulky yarn. So I'm using it calls for a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I'm using a 7. So I just bought this super cheap crochet hook from Walmart because I don't have a 7 millimeter hook for some reason, and I just wanted one fast, and I didn't want to wait for a good one. So I'm using this because the last one I made kind of, not really, but kind of like puckered at when I was doing my increases, and you don't increase when you're doing the bobbles, so it just kind of, it didn't lay flat, and it kind of bugged me, and it didn't have a lot of drape. It was very stiff. This one feels, I mean, it's still pretty stiff, but not as bad. So I just thought, you know what, we're gonna try the 7 millimeter, just make it a little looser. So, and I'm very happy that I did that because I definitely can notice a difference. And yeah, this yarn is a 80-20, so it's an 80% acrylic, 20% wool. Very machine washable and dryable, which is perfect for, you know, babies and kids and stuff. So it's working up super fast. Her baby shower is in like a week. So I need to get this done. Thank goodness it works so fast, because people are like, oh, you're never gonna get that done. I'm like, girl, I can do this. I stay up late. I can get it done if I need to get it done. So I will. It'll be great. Yeah, so hopefully, actually you might not see this again, but I will take a picture for next time so you can see the finished product. Yeah, so I love this yarn. It's gonna be super cozy, a good little baby shower gift for my cousin. Yeah. So, and the pattern is actually really awesome. So I think the one she originally made was like a lot of colors. She did like 7 colors, and she has like, basically shows you if you want to do like 4 colors instead of 7, or if you want to do like 2 colors, or if you want to do 14 colors. Tells you how many rows of each color you should do to get the same size blanket that she made. I'm also altering it. I'm only doing 4 colors, so it's going to be a little bit smaller because I'm not doing 7 rows of each color. I'm only doing 5. But I don't really think that matters. It's a baby blanket. It can be whatever size you want, really. So, yeah, that's that. I'm super happy about that. Yeah, I think that's all my whips, guys. That's quite a bit. I'm gonna take a water break, and then I'm gonna show you a few yarny things. So I ordered some yarn from Polka Dot Creek. I was talking about them earlier, how they have their yarn in the Creative Knitter shop in Ridgeway. But I ordered some yarn from them, from their website. They had a sale going on, and it was St. Patrick's Day, and I was like, I need to buy this yarn. It happens a lot. When I see something, I'm like, I really need this, but I don't really need it. So, but when it went on sale, I was like, nope, there's no going back. I need to get this. It's a sign. So I bought this St. Patrick's Day yarn. So this is like the most beautiful thing ever. This is one of their St. Patrick's Day sock sets. This is the colorway Lucky, the green. with gold and green beer as the mini skeins to go with it. So beautiful. Like I said, Polka Dot Creek, they're from Airdrie, Alberta. They have a little shop there. I just recently got into them and I'm obsessed now. I watch their podcast. Once again, I love the Canadian small businesses, so I like to support them. Actually, okay, it's called the Leprechaun Sock Set. Oh, you can't really see that. Sorry, guys. Nope. There you go. But it's the colorway, this green is called Lucky. Anyways, so this is a 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon. And these two minis are 20 gram minis, and then the 100 gram skein. Look at those colors. So the cool thing about this was, when I ordered it, I like to kind of calculate the shipping to see how much it's gonna be, if it's worth it or if I should just pass, because shipping has been crazy recently. So I was like calculating it, and then on their shipping options, the one option was like, what did it say? Vacuum sealed letter mail or something. It was super cheap. It was like $9 as opposed to like 20 something. So I was like, okay. And then it was said something about, so it's vacuum sealed and you can get like up to 12 mini skeins or like an unwound big skein, 100 gram skein. So I'm gonna show you a picture. I'll post it. I'll maybe like put it here if I can, of how it came in the mail. So this hank was literally pulled apart and just loose. I'll show you the picture. And these two were still put together. And so I just hand wound this myself. That's why it's kind of junky looking. But it was super cool that they had that option. I love that because, like, yeah, good idea, save money. And what's the difference? Yarn is yarn. I can wind it up myself once it gets here. So that was super cool. I appreciated that about them. And yeah, I also got another one little 20 gram. So you can just buy these individual 20 gram mini skeins from them. This is the colorway Cinnamon. So I bought this for a granny square blanket that I'm in the process of scheming, I guess. I don't know if I've shown this in the past, but I have this plan to make a kind of like it's like a granny square blanket that kind of looks like a quilt. So I have these, I had an advent from Woolberry Fiber Co. from 2021 that I've been just making the solid granny squares. So I have 4 of these and I want to put them all together. Can't really show you. So, okay, maybe I'll post a picture of the idea that I have. Yeah, so it's like 4 together like this, and then the outside kind of has those half square triangles. And I wanted to use this brown for the half square triangles that go around it with a cream color. So that was my plan. I just wanted a color that would kind of coordinate with this first square that I'm working on, just to see if this plan is going to work. And if it does, then I will be buying more tonal mini skeins for that blanket. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but you definitely will be seeing this again in the future. And I will go more in depth into the yarn and the process and all that jazz. But yeah, that's super fun yarn that I got in the mail. Love that kind of stuff. Some more yarn I got. This is just another order of Knit Picks yarn. This is the yarn I use for my animals, for my business. So I got lots of cashew. This is cotton. And some more linen. That's the color I used for that sheep that I showed you earlier. And then some thicket. Is it bad that I've memorized all the color names? You can tell I've ordered these a few times. And then I got 3 new colors that I haven't had before. So this is Moroccan Red. Not sure why I bought this. I just thought, you never know when you're gonna need a really bright red. And then I bought, this color's beautiful, Lava Falls. So this is like a more rusty red color. You can see the difference between the two of them. Super nice color. And this color I'm obsessed with. This is Mustard Seed. Yeah, so beautiful. So yeah, those are super fun. And we'll be adding to my, by the way, this yarn does not count as stash yarn. Only my hand-dyed yarn counts as stash. If you're wondering, you're like, whoa, Julia, that's a lot of yarn. Yes, it is a lot of yarn, but that is business, solely business, and doesn't count. So that's that. All right, guys, I think that's it. That was a lot. 46 minutes. I'm impressed. That was awesome. If you stuck around this long, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Happy knitting. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.